a version of my mom's chicken curry with apples. So here's the way you can make this super fast and dumb it way down, and you can make it like that. Rotisserie chicken instead of poaching your own chicken, and instead of creating your own spice blend, buy a beautiful store-bought blend. This one is Floyd Cardoza's blend, or you can create your own. A couple of scant palmfuls of cumin, and then I add coriander, a little bit less than the cumin, and then I have fenugreek and fenugreek leaf, and in the center I have a little bit of fennel because I like it with the apples, and I have a little bit of caraway. I have some black pepper, I have some toasted mustard seed, I have 1 inch of cinnamon, and a couple of cardamom pods. I toasted this until it was very fragrant. And then I'm gonna put it into my spice mill. So we'll end up with roughly 1/4 cup of this spice mixture. Now you're gonna get a big deep skillet or a Dutch oven or a deep pan of any kind, nice and hot over medium to medium high heat. A lot of people buy ghee or clarified butter in jars now and keep it on hand in their pantry. I'm just gonna use butter, about 4 or 5 tablespoons that I cut into tiny pieces. And I'm gonna let the onions sweat while I chop my apples. So I'm gonna put a little salt on them to get the liquid to come out of them. Okay, so now our onions have been giving off their juice for a couple of minutes. Now we're gonna add our apples and our curry blend. And this is super fun. We're gonna add curry leaves. Now this is an optional thing. I'm gonna save a couple to garnish with, and I'm gonna throw a handful into our dish. Now, when it came to poaching my chicken, if you have the time, I pull the chicken into these long, pretty pieces, and they really grab all the flavor and tons of sauce. So you can do the same with the rotisserie chicken. My stock, so 1 hour for a small chicken in gently boiling water that's been salted. We have carrot and leek and onion, garlic and ginger and turmeric and bay all together. Now we're going to add about 4 tablespoons of flour and stir. About 1/4 of our stock. And we're going to let this thicken up, and we're going to start our rice to go with this. Now I'm making a rice pilaf, 2 tablespoons of butter, broken spaghetti, about 1/4 or 1/3 of a cup, literally just a tiny handful of spaghetti. We're gonna toast some almonds, chopped almonds, salt and pepper, ginger, turmeric, garlic, fresh or dry, and we let that toast until it's really nutty and fragrant. And I saved just a couple of little curry leaves to throw in there. Why not? They're sitting around. Okay, so when we get nice and golden, we can add about 1.5 cups of rice. And then I add a really pretty stock. Okay, so now our apples are tender crisp, our onions are translucent, our sauce is thickened. So now we're going to add our homemade or store-bought chutney. Mango chutney, heavy on the ginger. And, of course, our poached, or if you're taking a shortcut, rotisserie chicken, just to warm it back through. Our rice is done. I turned it off. The last thing we do is griddle up some store-bought naan bread, and I top that with Raita. We're adding the juice of a lime. I start with 1.5 cups of yogurt. To that I add 1 chili pepper, some ginger, some garlic, a little cumin, and this big pile, about 1/2 cup, of a combination of mint, dill, and cilantro. And you mix this all together. Here's our apple chicken curry, cilantro or fresh coriander. It's our naan with our raita. Here's our almond rice pilaf.